Good to be with you again. So we will continue with the platform Sutra on the chapter of Prajna. Today it's Sunday, November 19, 2023. Last time we ended on November 5th, 2023. So the last time at the end, we were talking about the direct teaching. So directly indicating doesn't involve speaking a lot of principles or using many words. So the real path is a pathless one. For the other path, then it would be up and down, and it's always twist and turn, but not the teaching of Chan. So we talk about here, continue on. The platform Sutra emphasizes through the words immediate realization and seeing the true nature. It seems quite intriguing and attractive. How can ordinary people achieve this? Now this here, the statement here, refer to the 6 patriarchs Huineng's experience when he heard Master Hongren explain the Diamond Sutra and said, without abiding, the mind manifests. He suddenly had a profound realization. He told his disciples that through these words, one can let go of everything and experience the purity of one's inherent nature. This pure mind has never been apart from us. So why was the 6th patriarch Huineng able to realize upon hearing this line? Well, let's ask you something like this. In the Diamond Sutra that says, without abiding, the mind manifests. And sometimes we see these 2 lines in the monastery, and where they put up these phrases in a large wall. And everyone who passed through it will see this line when they enter into the monastery. So does it have anything to do with you if you see these lines? No. You think that, oh, just some kind of saying there, right? Then these 2 lines become not so useful anymore. So people are saying that clear as thunder. But when you see these 2 lines, you just remain blind. Yet, for the 6th patriarch, when he heard these 2 lines, it was like struck by thunder. He was struck by thunder, or being lighting in the dark, or seeing lightning in the dark. Now, this is due to our weak roots of goodness. In Chinese, there is a colloquial saying, a duck hears thunder. It hears It hears it, but it doesn't know what happened. It's called deaf duck. So maybe we want to talk a little bit about why we don't understand, or why we can't hear, or why we can't realize. Whereas the sixth patriarch could. So there is only one sentence that said, we are not sharp-rooted people. Perhaps we are clever, but not wise. These, we have complex thoughts and strong self-centeredness, and we are proud, then probably we can't do it. And of course, those who relying heavily on others, they can't do it either. So there needs to be a mind of directness is the practice ground. So to say, to know what is known and to know what is not known. In the Vimalakirti Sutra, it said that a mind of directness is the practice ground. A mind of directness means to know what is known and to know what is not known. Supposedly, we are clear about our level, openly admitting it. We know our abilities and limitations. And such a person speaks truthfully and acts genuinely. This kind of mind is a direct mind. Therefore, don't mistake a clever or a sharp mind for a direct mind. A clever and sharp mind means quick reactions, keen thoughts, or strong learning abilities. But it doesn't necessarily mean a direct mind. Of course, on the contrary, a person with sharp thinking and quick reactions isn't necessarily straightforward. The relationship between directness and these traits isn't fixed. It's about being realistic and knowing oneself and others, acknowledging your own abilities, understanding, thoughts, and actions. Maintain the same attitude, whether in public or private. This is what it means to have a direct mind. For some people, say one thing in front of others and another behind their backs. They speak differently to their loved ones and strangers. Adopt a particular attitude toward those related to their interests, and yet another attitude toward those unrelated to their interests. Does this count as having a direct mind? No, it doesn't. Now, when we go to a store, now in certain place. Nowadays in America, it is not necessarily like this, but in an early years, in some cities, now when you buy something from a store, if you're local, the price is different. Well, actually, certain times, even in America, it happens. One time I went to a bakery store, and the store owner was run by, how do I say it? Well, run by the people that is not my okay, I want to say something else. Actually, there's some stores, if you are not local people, and then you go there and buy something, the price is different. But if you are local people, and you go there, you buy something, the price is lower. So if you're not local, then they charge you higher. If you're local, they charge you lower. So they never go into same price. Although nowadays, less likely is not as something that will happen, but still there are people who are, there are some stores that they are still doing something like this. So this is kind of troublesome. If you happen to know things happen like this, will you be going to the store and buy from them again? So you won't, right? And if you directly ask the store owners, how come it's like this? Maybe the answer is that, well, because they are my people. You are not my people. So that's why. That's, you could say that it is blunt enough, truly enough. So for our teacher, Master Sung Yen, he suggests that, well, those people who doing business should take refuge in the Three Jewels. Then once you take refuge, you can conduct business with a direct mind. Doing business with a direct mind leads to success and expansion. Now, doing business with a dishonest mind might bring in some money, but it's only small and fragmented gains. Using a direct mind in business leads to big and successful endeavors. Now, have you heard about this this story about this? You could say that this person quite well known. His name is Jiang Taigong, who is fishing. Now, when he's fishing, what kind of hook did he use? He used a straight hook. Interesting enough. Well, there was a saying that Jiang Taigong, this famous, you could say that is a scholar at that time. And when he was fishing, he used a straight hook. So you wonder, how could you get some fish? But you could say that a straight hook is sure to catch a big fish. Of course, small fish won't bite on a straight hook because small fish aren't interested in it. But big fish, seeing the straight hook, probably think there's something there and go for it. A straight hook isn't dangerous, it's trustworthy. And this is why Jiang Taigong used a straight hook to catch fish. It seems like it's just a story, but it has a profound meaning. So did Jiang Taigong really use a straight hook when fishing? Well, the meaning here is that we should govern the world with a direct mind, which can catch everything with a single hook. If we use a small hook, but not straight, we can only catch the smaller fish. Therefore, the so-called true mind or genuine mind can only be based on the direct mind to realize the way. Without a direct mind, our good roots are insufficient, and our faculties are dull and dim. If that's the case, it's best to give up, right? That's called self-destructive. We should always be vigilant, training ourselves and reminding ourselves to treat everyone with a direct mind. This means not treating others with calculated intention. Calculated intention means using all sorts of strategies to ensnare others. This is called calculated intentions. Don't use it. Even if someone uses calculated intention on you, treat them with a direct mind. By doing so, you can gradually influence them to use calculated intention less. However, treating others with a direct mind doesn't mean being foolish. Well, in the monastery itself, there are some senior monastics. When they are together, they would immediately point out if someone was using calculated intentions. And how do they respond to it? They respond to it by using a direct mind. They might say, Venerable so-and-so, please don't use your samadhi in me. Please don't use your samadhi on me. I'm a foolish and afflicted person. If you use samadhi on me, I won't be able to handle it. Now, this word samadhi here refers to someone who is very profound and wise, too advanced. If they use this kind of elevated mindset on me, I won't be able to handle it. So I'm asking you not to play games with me using your samadhi. Now, there is a term that used in the specifically used in Chinese Buddhist, you could say. There is a type of arahat known as playing games with samadhi, which involves manipulating others using this mindset. This way, it is exposing the situation without offending them and praise them a bit. They will then feel embarrassed and gradually begin to treat you with a direct mind as well. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, which is in a way of telling people, those people that try to play games on you, but they saying in such a way that you're samadhi, you're high, you're profound, but I'm not. I'm kind of stupid. So please don't use this playing games on me. In this way, they're kind of praising these people, and then they will feel embarrassed and begin to treat you with a direct mind. If all of us have a direct mind, then this place, this world, would be the pure land of the Buddha. If we can maintain a direct mind, it's a pure mind. And what you see will be the pure land. Using calculated intention is called a non-direct mind. If we look at people usually with a suspicious attitude, then our mindset is always suspecting something. So don't use or don't look at people with the suspicious mind, and don't bring a suspicious mindset to guess what people are thinking, what their intentions are. Is this considered a direct mind? Of course not. If you treat others with jealousy in your mind, does that count as having a direct mind? That's even worse. If we hope to gain practical benefits through the practice of Buddhism, we must constantly check whether our minds are direct, or at least we should strive to align with a direct mind. we may not be completely capable of maintaining a direct mind because our afflictions and karmic obstacles are heavy. However, we should aim to move in the direction of a direct mind. By doing so, we can reduce much of our suffering, frustration, and conflicts with others. This is a story that's shared by our teacher, Mr. Seng Yen. He said that he was busy with so many things, doing something. And then a lay person came to see him and insist on seeing our teacher. So, Sifu, our Master Seng Yen, say, I'm very busy. And the person said, can you spare 2 minutes before me? And Sifu said, can I give you just 1 minute? He said, okay. But in the end, he ended up sitting down and talking for more than, for more than 2 minutes. And his issue was not resolved yet. And our teacher continued listening. After he finished speaking, our teacher asked, have you finished? He said, it seems not. And he continued on asking, Master, did you understand? And our teacher said, I know you're in trouble, right? And he said, yes, I'm troubled. Why? Well, he replied, I have so many things to deal with. I don't know what to do. And our teacher said, let me tell you something simple. I'm just like you. I have many things to do. Look at how busy I am. Yet even with my busy schedule, you wanted to meet me. Do you think I have fewer things to do? And the layperson said, so you're just like me. And Master Seng Yen said, if you came to see me, then I would also come to see you. So you're in the same boat. And continue on talking. So Master Seng Yen asked him, what's bothering you? And he said, I personally don't have any problems. It's all about the company or matters related to work. They all end up on my plate because I'm the one responsible. Anything good seems like it's not my responsibilities. And anything bad becomes my problem. If that's really the case and I feel this way, I should accept it. But in reality, it's not like that. He said he felt like he couldn't live anymore. It was too difficult. And then our teacher told him something like this. He said, what's common is normal. But what is troubling is bothersome. It could be like this. You can be normal without being bothered. Your mind can be active without being troubled. So our teacher repeated 3 times. It's normal to be busy, but being bothered is troublesome. You can be active without being troubled. And after finished speaking, he was silent for a long time. And our Sifu said, think that the problem was resolved, but the person looked at our teacher and said, Master, can you really do that? It's not me who's troubled, it's others who troubled me. Well, later on, our teacher advised him that if there's no way to avoid being troubled by certain matters, you need to make yourself more objective. For a moment, don't associate yourself with those matters. Tell yourself that those things have nothing to do with you. Let them go. But the layperson replied, Master, that's impossible. And our teacher said, just let it go. And he asked, where can I go to hide? And our teacher said, well, you should put in some effort. Either meditate, recite a sutra, or chant a mantra. You need to do something. Afterward, when you are troubled, temporarily put the matter aside. When someone speaks to you, listen as though it's music. When the phone rings, answer calmly, saying, yes, yes, I see. Do you want to deal with this issue? Tell them to wait a moment. There's no rush. And our teacher continued on. If the house is on fire, let it burn. After it burns, slowly rebuild. That's the only way. Because when you are too troubled, the best thing to do is to temporarily put everything aside. Don't deal with it for the moment. Then recite the Buddha's name, chant a mantra, or recite a sutra. Calm your mind. After your mind becomes calm and your thoughts settle down, naturally, you'll be able to solve the problem. Well, at that time, our teacher was extremely busy and he requested 1 minute. But of course, we know he ended up staying for more than that, 12 minutes and not even leaving. And eventually, Master Sheng Yen, our teacher, has to leave. It seemed like he wanted to continue talking, but our teacher ignored him. He might come again later. And of course, our teacher did not know he will come or not. If he learns the methods of our teacher, he won't come back. If he learns just a little bit, he might still come. If he doesn't learn anything, then he won't come. So the suggestion here is that to observe our mind at all times. And it is about seeing it if our mind is a direct mind or not. Of course, we can't always have a direct mind. If it is already a direct mind, then that is enlightenment. That is being awakened. But we are still an ordinary person. So in our daily lives, the suggestion is that always pay attention to the activity of our mind. Is it greed? Is it anger? Is it delusion? Sluggishness or doubt? Which of these 5 mental states is prevailing? When our mind stirs, we have thoughts, whether joyful or not, happy or unhappy, angry, resentful, doubtful. No matter which kind of mind it is, if it is not in accordance with a direct mind, it will surely either harm us or others. When we are unhappy or displeased, we easily harm ourselves and others. If we have joyful or pleasant mind, then usually we and others will be happy. Well, anyway, even in joy, there should be moderation. If joy becomes excessive, it can become troublesome. This is also a form of emotion. When joy becomes reckless and unrestrained, it can lead to self-harm and harm to others. So what do we do? Well, we could use this so-called diversion techniques to prevent escalating emotion. So we often observe which mental state is prevailing within us. If we find ourselves becoming unbalanced, shift your focus or forget about the current state of mind to stop it from escalating. Transferring your focus to other aspects is essential. For instance, when you're on the verge of getting angry, when your desires are strong, when anger and hatred are strong, you can't instantly stop these emotions. It is like an arrow already on the bowstring, ready to be shot. Once it's shot, you can't call it back. If a horse has already started running, you can immediately stop it. So what's the solution then? Redirect it. Redirect it. You could say, you could reciting the Buddha's name. And this become a method of redirection. Of course, we know how to recite the Buddha's name, right? Or we also know how to recite the name of Kuan Yin, right? Or Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So it can serve as a vent for us. When we are feeling down, when we are about to lose our temper, just recite Amitabha, Amitabha Buddha. Even when your emotions are intense, just recite Kuan Yin Pusa, or Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, right? doing this will naturally decrease your emotional intensity. The anger you are about to unleash will naturally be diverted. And this is the method of diversion. So, as Buddhist practitioner, don't forget the name of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva or Amitabha Buddha. So when we face with problem, right away recite Kuan Yin Pusa, Kuan Yin Pusa, or recite Amitabha Buddha. It never fails. It's always effective. Now, it is not necessarily that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have inherent power. Yes, they do possess power. But when we recite these sacred names, they can help us divert our emotions. This you could try. I think it's also quite effective, even for myself. I also use this. Or another way is that you could feel your breath. If you have learned about meditation, and our teacher often advise that if you encounter problems in our mind, then put your palms together and look at look at our fingertips, and then focus on the breath, on its inhalation and exhalation. If there are still problems, direct your attention to your lower abdomen. Sit down, rest, or even lying down with your eyes closed. Focus your attention on your feet. This way, redirect the energy that is rushing to your head downwards. So when you are full of anger, resentment, or hostility, it's like energy. Do you know what energy is? Well, this energy rushes to your head. You need to guide it downward. When you're angry, your face turns red, veins bulge out, just like earthworms. The veins in your neck become prominent. It's like all the energy rushing upward. So in these moments, guide the energy downward, divert it to your feet. Gradually, the turmoil will subside. After you have cooled down and calmed down, you reflect and wake up. You find it amusing, thinking, why was I acting like that just now? Thank for Amitabha Buddha or Kuan Yin Bodhisattva saved me. Well, in certain time that people cry, feeling sad or feeling something, very emotional. I also tell them that just feel your feet. Just feel your feet right there. Feel the front part of your soul. Well, actually, this way is you really feel your feet, and then the energy will be cooling down to your feet. How is that sound? Isn't that sound like a good method? Well, give it a try. Okay, so I'll stop here.